Let's dive into this, yo. They want you to hate Kai Cenat. Video by Omiz.
Kai Cenat, where's your school at, monkey? Huh? Where's your school at?
Kai Cenat did a something.
What? What? We off to a rough start though. We off to a rough start.
I'm gonna make a school. Kept all millions. I don't blame him. Get your bag, demon. He want that private jet by next year. I know he doing.
I'm speaking the truth, bro. Where's the proof that it's building schools? This could announce Mafia 3, but where the schools at? Huh?
That school in Africa thing really had me mad, bro, because you really built your whole mafia.
Nah, this is hate, y'all. That's why when you get to the top, people will always come for you. Like, Kai Cenat is building a school in Makoko. He showed updates. Even Yandon showed some updates of the school that's been built. And y'all gotta understand this. It's been a year. It doesn't, like, to build a school. Do you think it's realistic to, like, build a school in 1 year? The fact that that's... Let's see, man.
Get thrown off of that. You feel me? How you gonna do that and then you just didn't do it? Like, that's so lame, bro.
15% of the revenue will be going to the school that I have been building in Africa. 15%.
Kai Cenat gets a level of unfair treatment that I do not think is fair or equal across the different streaming platforms.
True.
Last month, there was a whole wave of people putting out why Kai Cenat is hated videos that were outlining different people on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch that were blatantly hating on Kai Cenat. And most of them, if not all of them, have been debunked for reasons that were just honestly not proven to be valid. Honestly, those situations were small, but this situation with Kai Cenat and his school honestly is going to stop a lot of streamers and other content creators from being philanthropic because audiences cannot control themselves. Going back to March 9th, 2024, Kai Cenat on his tour to a bunch of different places stopped in Lagos, Nigeria to visit, you know, the country, see what's going on with the community and his people, doing his best I Show Speed impersonation. But while he was there, he noticed that this school that they were in was in a bunch of different turmoil.
Hi. But this made me realize in life, you gotta be very grateful for. So we're gonna see exactly what they need, what I can do to help them, and then they said the most that I can do today is give them the money give to them to see what they need. This is another classroom, so they learn stuff at. I went to school in a class that's 5 times bigger than this, bro, and we complain about going to school, bro. I'm going to help you.
And I would like to say this. W Kai for what he has done, because, like, for those of y'all who live outside, who live in first-class countries, I happen to come from Africa, and the situation here is kind of bad in some countries, you know. Luckily, from where I'm from, like, there are schools. We have mostly everything, I could say, just to live, basic necessities for a person. But when you go to countries like Nigeria or some other countries that are neighboring countries to us, some don't even have water. And W's to Mr. Beast for what he did in the water thing, save water, what, I don't know what was the name of it. I like the fact that these guys are really taking their time out of their day to make sure people get water. They build schools for these people, and y'all should be grateful for what you have, because you never know, that thing that you have or that hardship that you think, this is tough for me, I don't have this, that might be someone's reach to them. Your life that you think is lame, to somebody else, that's like them being rich. Yeah, that's all I had to say, man.
Today, okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
This BD is sinking. The BD is coming down.
Okay.
It's sinking, so we are looking for support to bring it down and rebuild because something like that so that it can slow.
Yeah, like to make it strong?
Yeah.
Okay. The whole time I'm here, I'm going to consistently be making sure that y'all getting stuff. And on top of that, when I even leave, I would like to contact you guys at a good basis. So I want to see, like, next time I come here, it's a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Now, call it what you want, but this is probably where my biases come in. One, I've worked with Kai Cenat in the past. And from the things that I know, he very much enjoys children, seeing them grow, seeing them be educated. A lot of the videos that he has done in the past on his YouTube channel involve kids. He's done daycare videos, babysitting videos. He is very much pro children. And two, I've been to Ghana. Not saying that it's some sort of desolate place in all of Africa, is this third world country that needs hands out. But ultimately, there are some places that do need some sort of financial backing. And if you can, as somebody who is, you know, wealthy or whatever the case may be, community, it would be good if you could reach back and put that hand out there and give a lot of money to people. So during that time, Kai Cenat had a big revelation as to what he was going to do for his community, and I'm talking about the community abroad, being the kids in Nigeria. He decided that he was going to give 20% of his funds from the subathon to build a school in Nigeria.
The process of me...
And he did that. And he really did that. Like, for these people that are asking where's the schools, like, y'all are just haters. And you guys don't want, like, it's like you guys know what really happened with the story. It's just that you guys just love to hate on this man. You just love to hate on this man. Can a guy just be successful and doesn't have to deal with all this?
Building this new school in Nigeria has officially been stamped today, as in terms of like it's a go. Okay, so this new school in Makoko for the kids that live in Makoko in Nigeria, I started working on the school right now.
Now this is a W idea. Again, if you got the funds and you can give your handouts to those that are in need, this is great. But this is the first portion where I gotta give Kai some flack though. His next words let me know that his eyes were bigger than his stomach and he was about to bite off way more than he can chew.
If you're Africa or anything, or like Nigeria and stuff like that, and you know the best people that could hands down get the paint job good, get the right equipment they need, and is willing to get their hands dirty for the right amount of money to get paid and shit, let me know, okay? They are working very hard right now, removing what gotta be removed and shit, like getting the school ready and shit.
Now Kai, that was a little bit out there. Granted, I believe Kai Cenat has good intentions, and hindsight is probably 20/20 in this regards, but there's probably two things where Kai Cenat went wrong here. One, he definitely probably should have already had the people who were in place to get this done, and not saying that he didn't, maybe he just needed more resources to flood to that area. But two, and this is my problem with the internet that is going to show its ugly head later in the video, is that people want timelines, people want instant gratifications, people are addicted to, you know, something being started today and finished later on that same exact day. So the fact that Kai Cenat didn't give timelines, which this is minuscule flack, this is just for the writers in the community.
But let's be real though, even though he didn't give a timeline, but we know realistically you can't just build a school in just a year. You can't just build a school so fast. It takes time. That's something that someone gotta do. There's a lot that comes into play. The money that has to be spent. They have to check in on the things. Because first of all, you guys I better understand that that school is on a swamp or something. Like there's like water everywhere and it's not in a good environment. So a lot has to be done in order to get that school to be built. That's something that y'all gotta know.
That are watching him and going to criticize him, it may have been best to try to give some sort of timeline. Fast forward into 2025 and the writers are writing.
Kai Cenat, where's your school at, monkey? Huh?
This guy.
Where's your fucking school at?
People started making up false narratives and stories about Kai Cenat to where they were saying that there was these YouTubers going out to check on the lands and that Kai Cenat had done nothing in comparison to others like Mr. Beast and his community and his crew to see if there was some sort of progress or anything like that. They just started dick riding extremely hard. Now there could have been good intentions behind what Aiden and Cuffham are doing in this next clip, but people were going even to the extent of pulling in Nigerians from Nigeria to check them to see if Kai was building his school.
Kai Cenat or a different Kai? Which one?
Kai Cenat, he's building a school in Nigeria. I'm saying, can you live in Nigeria, so can you confirm for your own self so they can get off his dick online? That's what I'm asking you.
I mean, I saw videos, so that's enough.
Okay, all right.
W Kai, man. W Kai.
W Kai on God.
This is so weird to me. Look, I don't want to bring up racial elements into this so soon, even though I have no problem with doing it. But it's strange to me how when Kai Cenat does anything, especially these charitable things, there's always this pressure to have it done soon, quick, fast, in a hurry, with people having to verify that he's getting it done. But when we see others like Mr. Beast and his crew do any sort of philanthropic things, there's no follow-ups, there's no checkups on it. He puts out his video, he puts out his live stream, and then everybody...
Now the thing is, it's not just that. It's just that Kai, when he makes things, he made a promise before he could get the thing done. That's why most they put him on a pedestal to just get that thing done. But when it comes to Mr. Beast, he does these things. He doesn't really tell anyone when he does this until he finishes them. That's when he'll let people know, okay, this is what we did. We all see it in a video, but we never know when the process when it's being done. That's what differentiates them in that sense. If you guys get what I'm saying.
is under the assumption that it's just done. People may be able to point to a track record for Mr. Beast as to why people don't point at those things, but from my understanding, they've never followed through with these things. A large portion of that is because it's cool to hate. First of all, I don't understand why people were asking so many questions when there were continuous updates from Kai about this school.
So I'm gonna give y'all some little inside story. We built a school full of classrooms and stuff in Makoko, like over the river, but due to storm, a lot of it got messed up. Like money that we spent, dead got messed up, chat. Like orders aside, like there was a storm, it messed up a whole bunch of stuff, but we're back. To the kids of Makoko, I will be back. I will be back, and when I'm back, the school is going to be done. We raised a whole bunch of money to fund it, and also I will also be putting in more money on top of it to make sure we can fund all the staffs in the school and everybody who works there and shit.
The second part about this is I don't understand why people thought that a school would pop up instantly, and that's the problem with the instant gratification there.
That's what I've been saying.
This isn't a slight or a knock at Mr. Beast, but I think that this may be a reason as to why people think that this is the reason why Kai Cenat should have the school up earlier. Is because when Mr. Beast does his philanthropic efforts, there's this gamified version of it put on video where people are staged up as to having the final results be put in their face, which isn't the reality of doing these sorts of endeavors. Like, these things take time. I don't know why people thought it would happen overnight.
Why y'all acting like a school takes a couple of months to build?
Now going into this Mafiathon 3, Kai Cenat has promised 15% of this subathon to go straight to the schools of Nigeria, which another round of applause. But because he is...
You know what I thought Kai should have done? I think Kai should have just kept quiet about this. I believe he should have kept quiet about this and got it done. Just built a school and just say, yo guys, we built a school in Makoko in Africa. That should have been the thing. Because now, you see, people are just hating on him for just hating. Like, they've been trying to put him down. And you want to know one thing about those people? They're failing at it, by the way.
Is him, and because he needs to cover his tracks because the hate that he gets, he is having to do something that people don't have to do on the internet, which sounds crazy, but at the same time, we don't hold people to the same standards, so it is crazy that they're asking him to do this. He has to now prove himself, and I mean over the top prove himself, that he is actually doing these things the responsible way.
I don't want to keep y'all holding. I don't want to go into further explanation by me doing it. So I have flown out the representatives from Nigeria and from South Africa to all the way to the US to sit here and to explain the entire updates.
So I hear people have been asking, why haven't you yet built the new school? I'm not sure people realize what it takes to actually launch a school, especially when you build it. You need to find the land, you need to buy the land, you need to get authorization from the government to build a school, you need to actually build a school, and then you need to hire your teachers and get your accreditation from the ministry. So for us who have launched 16 schools in 10 different African countries, we know it can't take less than 2 years. It's impossible, especially if you want to do things right, and we want to do things right.
Absolutely. Do things right by complying with all legal and regulatory requirements in Nigeria is important to ensure that we have a school that is sustainable and lasts for posterity.
This
That's
is
what
the
I was saying.
screenshot of the money sitting in the account. Okay, listen, the foundation balance is currently at 1.1 million. The foundation...
Kai, you don't have to explain anything to these people, man. These people, they won't listen. No matter what you do, man. Like, they won't listen. You can try to show them the receipts and stuff. They won't listen. Because, you know, negativity strives more than positivity in this world, man. That's the unfortunate reality.
Raised 1.2 million. Mafiathon 2 funds raised that we did was 976,000.
That's so nasty.
Benny Blanco donated 25,000. Thank you, Benny. Shout out to Benny. W Benny. I had a personal donation of 128,000 to cover all computers and equipment. The NFL donated $100,000 as well.
I think that that's so nasty. Not that he's raising money, but the links and extremes that he has to do to verify the fact that he's giving money and being charitable to the community is so sick and disgusting. This isn't some crowd-funded effort. No, this isn't a slight at Mr. Beast. This isn't a situation where he's asking other streamers to donate their money so people are questioning where their individual dollars go. This is donations, and this is individual contribution. Sure, we had 2 people donate their money, but my God, the level of microscope that is put on Kai Cenat in this endeavor is just, honestly, it's racist. I'm just gonna call it out for what it is. Like, that's all that I can think of when I hear hear this. Granted, some of this is troll. Granted, some of this is Kick versus Twitch streaming. Granted, some of this is all these other things. But there is a level of racism that is ingrained in this situation that cannot be ignored by me. Now, I don't even care if you would love to have everybody universally that does these sorts of donations be this transparent about these things. Hey, I would think that that's like a phenomenal thing. Transparency is great to me. It's the consistency in which we try to hold people to these standards that I am just not seeing as a whole. This man has his address on this statement right here from Chase Bank. What kind of shit is that? And I'm okay with these charitable fundraising events that streamers and other content creators put on.
All right, man, that's it, bro. Like, W to Kai Cenat for what he's doing. He's doing great for like people in Africa, and I would say, man, I'm grateful for what you are doing for people out here in Africa, Mr. Kai, and also the school will be built, and people will see that. And those who were trolling all this entire time, I want to know what they'll say by the time the school gets to be finished, man. Hope you guys enjoy the video, man. Much love to y'all. Hope you feel good. Subscribe. Peace.